Hello guys, it's Chanel with Need a Rebellion, where we're over here crafting a rebellion one stitch at a time. So guys, I have missed you guys so much. I know it has been quite some time, a very long time at this point. I think the last time I recorded was right when the pandemic started, and so it has been a while. And I have to say, I am so happy to be back. I have missed this community so much over the last couple years with all the things, but I will be honest, I needed a break. As much as the pandemic was hard, I will say it definitely was something that was much needed for me to stop and slow down, because I was on the go. For all the folks who have been following me since the beginning, many of you know that I'm a nurse practitioner. My specialty is transplant nephrology. And so, work itself was really, really busy, and the yarn shop and all the things. And that was a time for me to pause, which was great because it was much needed. I mean, I was still busy at work, but all the other things that were outside of that, I put on hold, and I just took a break and paused. I actually did not do much knitting in the beginning because for you guys who have been around the whole time, you guys know I had a baby. And with that, it took me away from knitting. Baby Enzo, I think I showed you guys in the last video that I did. Baby Enzo is a lot of work, y'all. He is getting ready to turn 3 next month, but he is a lot of work. He is a handful. And, at some point he may make a debut, because who can keep Enzo away from all the things? He's going to want to come down here and be in all the things. And so I took a little bit of a break, took a little time to reflect and sit back and think on my life and kind of where I wanted to go and what I wanted next. And so I have some news for a lot of you. I have actually relocated. I moved back home to Charlotte, North Carolina. I was located outside of Salt Lake City, Utah, and so now I've moved back home, which has been the best decision I've made. We've been here since end of December last year. Really, it was the last couple days of December, so I counted as January. So we've been here since January, and it has been great. I have found me a local yarn shop. I found a community of ladies that we can go and do knit night. It has been such a godsend, and it was definitely something much needed for me, because I needed to make some changes in my life. And this, as hard as the pandemic was, it kind of allowed for the great reset, is what I call it. For me, it was definitely a reset for me. But I have since gotten back into knitting, gotten my knitting mojo back and all the things, which I'm so excited about, because I have been working on some really, really fun projects, and I have some more fun projects to come. So I'm really excited. And then I get to share it all with you guys. I'm so excited. So, please tell me in the comments how all of you guys have been doing, because like I said, I've missed you guys so much. So please do tell me what's been going on, what's new, all the things, all of my new subscribers and new followers. I just want to say it's so nice to meet all of you, and I'm so excited to be able to share these moments with you. So let's chat about all the things. So I kind of dipped my toe in ever so slightly after I had Enzo. Well, actually, while I was pregnant with Enzo, and I think I wore it in the last video, that was the last big thing I knitted, but I don't think I told you guys much about it. So the last thing that I knitted during pregnancy was this Sunday sweater by Petite Knits, and oh my goodness, I absolutely love this sweater. And of course I couldn't wear it while I was pregnant because my belly was way too big, and so I got it finished up, and then after I had Enzo, then I was able to wear this super cute sweater, and oh my gosh, it is so soft and so cute. My dear friend bought me a bundle of We Are Knitters yarn, the baby wool. And it's 100% baby alpaca. And so she bought me, I think it was like one of the bags where they have like a ton of skeins of yarn in it. And so she got this for me, and I was like, what am I going to do with it? Because either they sell kits with the pattern, but at that time they weren't selling patterns separately. So I was like, okay, what am I going to make with this? And I ran across this sweater, and I was like, this is super cute. And I was like, you know, I have not worked with mohair yet. So I was like, this would be nice to pair with mohair. And so there was a local yarn shop in Utah, and I was able to grab some Rowan kid silk, and I was just barely able to get what I thought wasn't going to be enough, and then I ended up with this whole extra one. But but I was able to get this and pair it with this one, and I thought it turned out so cute together. And so this was the last big thing that I knitted during my pregnancy. That's when life happened and things got real with a new baby in the house. So many of you guys know that my older son, at the time, he was 10. And so I was out of practice for having babies. And I know people are like, oh my gosh, it's such a huge age gap between your kids. You know, it wasn't quite planned that way. It really wasn't. So we were told that we weren't going to be able to have any more kids. And so we never thought that we were having any more. I had become very content with the fact that we weren't having any more children. And then 10 years later, you know, I found out I'm pregnant, which he has been such a blessing, but I'm telling you, he's been a lot of work too. But he is the sweetest little guy ever. So one of the first projects that I decided to work on after having baby Enzo was a hat, because I felt like it was something simple, something that I could do that did not take up much time, didn't take up much space, all the things, you know, something quick that I could do. And so I knitted up this cute little hat. It is a 1x1 rib. I do not know the pattern, where I got it from. I have no clue. I love the detailing of the crown with the decreases. I decided that I would go with a pom-pom to go on top because, of course, like, what hat can you have without a pom-pom? Like, come on now, people. And so I absolutely love this hat, and I love the yarn that I use. So I use the Spectrum Fibre yarn, and her yarn is amazing. Her colorway is amazing. I think she's based out of the UK. I actually carried her yarn in the shop, and when I was closing down, I decided that I would keep some of the yarn for myself because, you know, I just decided to. Do I need to explain myself? No. But I have to say, I absolutely love this yarn. It has, I love her colorways. I love the feel. Like, I love everything about the fiber. And so I made this cute hat. And one thing that I will change is I will probably take this pom-pom off, and probably I will put it on with a button. And so that's a hack that I learned from Jana from Knit Together with I can't even get my words out, y'all. Knit Together with Kim and Jana. And that way it's not so wiggly wobbly, you know. I don't know. I just totally made that up, wiggly wobbly. But you know what I mean, guys. Y'all know what I mean about the pom-pom. So that way she kind of has a little bit more structure. So I think that that's something that I'm going to do. And I think she recommended a 1.5 to 2 inch button. And so I'm going to see if I can find one and then change that out for what I have rigged up going on with this hat right now. So yes, so that was like my ease my way in, tiptoeing into knitting again. Okay, so the next big project that I worked on after I feel like everything is like either before Enzo or after Enzo. Like that's kind of what I'm feeling like now. It's like this was life before him, and then this is life after. So this is AE, okay, after Enzo. So I went to my local yarn shop at the time, which was Blazing Needles. Absolutely amazing. If you are in the Salt Lake area, you definitely want to check them out. That is where I got my start in knitting, and oh my gosh, were they not the best? And they were so good to me. They were so helpful, teaching me all the things. Whenever I would have issues with the pattern, they were right there to help me along the way. So absolutely amazing. So check them out if you're ever in the Salt Lake area. But I was there, and Whitney, I was telling her, I was like, I'm trying to get back into knitting. It's been a minute, you know, obviously I made the hat, but I was like, I need to get something, you know, going. And she was like, well, we have a kit right now. And I think it would be something great for you. It's something super simple. And she's like, it's just something that'll, you know, get you back into knitting. And so it is the Stige by Woolfolks design. Totally may not be saying that right. Stige, Stags. I'm going to go with Stige. Okay. And so it's a pullover, and it's worked in one piece from cuff to cuff. And I will say, I don't necessarily love knitting flat. Knitting flat is not my jam, y'all. It really is not. But obviously, if I want the finished project, I got to do what the pattern says, or I have to figure out how to knit it in the round, right? But anyway, so I knitted this beauty. It is a V-neck, and it was super, super, super simple to knit. It was really, really easy. And unfortunately, the reason why I don't like knitting in the round is because then I have to seam everything up, which I don't necessarily love to do. But, you know, just seaming, you know, down the sleeves and the side of the garment. But it actually turned out really, really nice, and it's super soft. I love it. And I knitted it with Shibui knits in Nest. And what colorway this is, I am not 100% certain, but this is the yarn that I use, and it was not a bad yarn to work with at all. And so I got this one done, which was super awesome. And then after I got this done, I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. And so I did work on a couple of other projects, which I'll show you guys at a later date and time. So I don't make this super duper long, because y'all know I'm extra chatty and I will make things super long. But what I will tell you is some of the things that I did pick up along the way. Now, living here in Charlotte, there are a few different local yarn shops, and I wanted to try each one of them out before I picked my place, right? Like, I am a loyalist. I am the type of person that I find something, I like it, and I stick with it. And I in life, I'm very much like I am a knitter. Like, I'm a monogamous knitter. Like, I'm usually knitting like one project at a time. I find it very hard knitting multiple things at a time, even though recently I found myself doing that. But I have something I'm going to share with you guys later, so you'll know why. I've been working on a few different things at one time, but usually I'm like just a one at a time type of person. But with that being said, that I've had an opportunity to go to literally all the local yarn shops in the area, and I think I found my people. Like, I found my place. It's actually 2 yarn shops, and one of them is Charlotte Yarn, and that is where I picked this beauty up at. I've gotten some other things, which I'll show you guys later, because I'm working on it right now. But I did pick up this beauty right here. I have always want it. Always. This was like my dream yarn. And so she had some, and I was like, this is totally my colors, right? You guys know I love the bright and vibrant colors. And so this was it. And so I got this in the colorway Life Aquatic. Let me tell you, this is bringing me life. I absolutely love it. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to make out of it. I'm not 100%. It's 100% superwash merino. So I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I think something will come to me. I don't know if it's something that's going to require a little color work or y'all, I don't know. So if y'all have some suggestions, I am totally open to them. Put them down in the comments below because I would love to hear. And the other is actually in my project bag upstairs, so you guys won't be able to see that. And then I did also go to Stash Yarn and I picked up some yarn from them. What I love about Stash is I love how bright, open, and airy their yarn shop is. Like when I walked in, I felt like I was at home. Everyone was so nice and so friendly that I was like, this is totally my jam. Like I felt like they have a lot of great things to offer as far as yarn selection, but not only that, they also have fabric and they have someone that teaches sewing and all the things. And so that was one of the things that I really wanted to get into. And I don't know if you guys remember in some past episodes, I talked about sewing. And so that's something I definitely want to do. So yeah, so I got this beauty over at Charlotte, but Stash Yarn, I'm going to have to show you guys later. And the other yarn shops just were not my jam. And of course, when I'll come back and I'll tell you about one of the yarn shops and why. I like to try to see the best in everyone. I am, like I would say I'm definitely the type of person that likes to extend people grace and not assume the worst. And so, I don't know. I'm going to fill you guys in, but I'm going to wait till I'm ready to show the project because I did not like the buttons I bought for it, and I'm going to put different buttons on it. But anyway, so needless to say, let's talk about other things that I've gotten. I have never bought anything from Tough Woolen before, and I've always wanted to buy some of their sock soap. And so I finally did, and I actually bought their Rhineback, I don't know what you would say, their Rhineback sock soap scent, I guess you could say. And I think it's super cute. They have a card in here, and they write a little handwritten note to just say thank you, which I think is such a nice touch. That was something that I did in the yarn shop, and I think it's so nice when you kind of personalize things because folks are taking the time to shop with you, especially as a small business. And so it's nice when you can kind of send something back to say a little gratitude. Thank you for, shopping with me and all the things. But it's the Cedar Donut scent, and I cannot wait to use this, guys. Cannot wait. And it smells so good, like so good. And then the other thing that I got, oh my goodness, I ordered this from Wool Warehouse. And so I have to remember the name of her podcast. I have been loving her. She seems like she's such a sweet, nice young lady. And of course, I'm bad with names, but I know she lives in Arkansas in the Ozarks, and I was born in Arkansas, but I grew up here in North Carolina, so I consider North Carolina to be home for me, but I did grow up in Arkansas, or I was born in Arkansas, and so, yeah, so she's from Arkansas, and I have to say, I love her videos. She's super cute, and she has inspired me to make this Zosia wrap cardigan. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but she has totally inspired me to make this. And the pattern actually calls for drops brush alpaca silk. And I'm just now opening this. So guys, I hadn't seen it. I'm looking at it for the first time with you guys. And I have to say, I'm in love. Look at that color. Oh my gosh. I am so excited. And it's super soft. I'm in love, y'all. This is so good. So I'm super excited about it. It came in this nice little bag. And on the ribbon, it has their logo and all the things and where to find them. And so I have to say the yarn itself was super cheap. It was not expensive at all, and to ship it was not bad at all either. I don't remember exactly how much I paid for this. Oh, so I paid, I want to say it was like 20 bucks in USD, but it was 20 bucks or so for shipping and 8 balls of yarn. And I think that that is like a total steal. I don't know what y'all think, but I think that's a steal. And so yeah, so I'm super excited. I will say I had to wait for this colorway to come in because it was out of stock for quite some time, but I was patient and I waited. And so I don't know when I'm going to start on her. Obviously she's a little bit more intense and a little bit of work. And so I'm a little nervous about it, but I am excited to get to work on it at some point. So yeah, so that is some of the things I've been working on. I didn't want to overload you guys with too much stuff, and y'all know, like I said, I'm super chatty, so I did not want to overwhelm you guys, but this is another project that I did work on too, but I'll tell you more about that one later, which was really, really fun. It was a kit that I got off of We Are Knitters. I've actually ordered a couple of different kits from them, and we'll talk more about it. We'll talk more. But anyway, it was so nice seeing you guys today. I can't wait to see you guys again, and I am going to commit to you guys that I'm going to be more consistent with posting videos and all the things. And if you are looking for me on the social channels that I need to be, you know, a little bit more active on, I will tell y'all, I'll be scrolling and I'll be liking y'all stuff and, you know, and commenting and things, but I have not been the best. But anyway, I am Needle Rebellion on Instagram, and I am Coco5 Knits on Ravelry. So if you're looking for me, that's where you can find me, y'all. All right, then. Well, you guys have a great, amazing rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.